Hey everyone, this is a review of the DeWalt Cordless Brushless Random Orbital Sander. It runs on their 20-volt platform. So we're going to talk runtime, vibration, and features this thing has. So for a quick tour around the tool, you've got your on-off switch right here. It's got a rubber boot around it to protect against dust ingress. You've got your speed selector switch, which goes from 1 to 7. That corresponds to 8,000 to 12,000 oscillations per minute. The hand grip up top is pretty comfortable to hold. You just need to apply minimal pressure to this and let the sander do most of the work anyway. If you've got really tiny hands, you might be able to hold it on the side like this, but my hand is perilously close to getting sanded, so I don't really hold it like that at all. Your battery port is right here on the side. I really like how it's sideways and you don't have a big battery sticking up, getting in the way of you trying to hold this. On the battery port, there are also little rubber hold-offs right here, which damp vibrations that you're going to get into the battery, which will improve your battery longevity and keep them from wearing out. You've also got your dust bag right here. It's removable with a quarter turn. This comes right off. It's on there really securely when you put it back on. I really like this design. So this is about 15 minutes worth of sanding accumulation on this. I was using 220 grit, and I just had the dust bag attached. It doesn't look like there's a ton of dust that this has captured. But if you shake it out, there was quite a bit hanging on the walls. It's still not a great amount of dust. So it does a decent job with dust collection, but you see there's a lot that gets out around the side as well. And if you do decide you want to hook this up to a vacuum, I found the Rockler small port hose kit. The flexi port hose fits over it just barely with the largest setting. Or if you've got a different hose adapter, the outside is 1 11/16 diameter, and the inside is 1 inch diameter. On the bottom, you've got your sanding pad. This takes any 5-inch disc. You can either use a universal hole design, but the better option is an 8-hole design. And the sanding pad is replaceable. These are just a slotted Torx combination screw, 4 of them that you can take off and replace it if you need to. So to put on a sanding disc, just line up the holes, and you're good to go. Any hook and loop sanding pad will work with this. That's 5 inches with an 8-hole pattern. As far as batteries go with using these, I like using the slim pack batteries. This is a 1.5 amp hour and this is a 4 amp hour battery. I did a runtime test with the 1.5 amp hour and I got 14 minutes. So you get about 9.3 minutes per amp hour based on whichever battery you use. So I'd expect to get almost 40 minutes with a 20 volt 4 amp hour battery. And the reason I recommend these slim pack batteries is because when you lock them in, it's still pretty balanced about the center of gravity of the pad right here, and that's what you want. You don't want uneven pressure. If you do put a bigger battery in it, it works just fine. You just have to pay a little bit more attention to keeping even pressure because the whole thing will tilt a little bit if you aren't holding it down and making sure it's centered and pushing down evenly. So it's just a little bit easier to manage with a slim pack battery. Another great feature of this, it's got a brushless motor that's going to give you longer run times, and it also has automatic braking. So when you stop the sander, it stops almost immediately, unlike some of the corded sanders I've had that don't have a brushless motor or any of that motor control that just keep spinning and take forever to wind down. You're stuck holding a sander waiting for it to stop. That's not the case with this one. It stops almost immediately, which saves you a whole bunch of time. Vibration on this thing isn't too bad. If you've got it on the workpiece, you really don't notice it that much at all. Just about middle of the road for random orbital sanders that I've used. When you pick it up, you do feel a little bit more vibration, but at that point you can just turn it off because you're not using it. Price point on this is $120 bare tool. I think that's a good price point for this, and I think it offers a lot of value for what you're getting. So hopefully this review is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below, and once again, don't forget to subscribe.